Hi, everybody, and welcome to soccermag.com. I did trade out of my PSG bet after the first goal, and I walked away with 2,500. So got it wrong. Wasn't a bad tournament. 6 out of 8 for me. Plus, I did some cars and corners, which were correct, as you know. You 7 out of 8.
You're only as good as your last prediction, though.
Yeah, isn't that right, hey? So let's talk about the success of this tournament. I hear from a lot of players that at no time in the season at no season should this ever happen, because it's just too much of a commitment, and but when you make 2.4 billion as UEFA has intimated they did, you're not walking away from 2.4 billion, and you'll always get teams playing in it, right? So I have a couple questions. Was it a success? I would say I saw some successful games, some intensity, and some interesting outcomes. I would have to say it is a success based on that, and will that filter through to people qualifying for it? I hope Auckland never qualify again. Those guys should be off drinking for the rest of their lives with the money they took. But what does it mean for a team like Chelsea? Will they be a serious contender from the Premier League? Will they be burnt out? Well, talk to me.
I think it's been successful in that it's laid a good enough foundation that the interest was there. There were good performances. Teams clearly took it seriously. I think the worry was the teams would finish the season, have no buy-in, but the money is too good to refuse. Clubs are going to be putting resources into it because, you're walking away with an extra 100 million for 7 games. I think the long-term impacts for a team like Chelsea and PSG we'll only really find that out in a month or so when the players have to go back. I think we've seen now there were some injuries like Jamal Musiala, arguably Bayern's best player, broke his leg. He's out for 5 to 6 months.
Yeah.
So there has been a price to this tournament, and I think we will see it. There will be injuries because the season starts in 3 weeks.
Yeah. 4 weeks.
4 weeks. I think Liverpool play their first game. Liverpool weren't at it, but preseason started.
Yeah.
So I think it was enjoyable enough that I think we can see where it goes. I do think there needs to be better planning.
Yeah.
I don't think players should be ending the season on the 14th of July and the season starts on the 14th of August. It doesn't really make sense. There will be a massive impact on that.
Okay.
Then when it comes to Chelsea, I think we got to put our hands up, or I got to put my hands up and say I was wrong. I didn't give Chelsea a chance, and they really surprised me.
Yeah, maybe PSG took them for granted.
No, I think first couple of minutes you thought it was a matter of time before PSG scored, but Chelsea, Cole Palmer stood up.
Yeah.
Thought they played really well. They deserved to win.
Yeah.
So, and what that means for them...
That tournament will give them immense confidence going into 100%. The year.
I think going into the season now, Chelsea won the Conference League. They've won the Club World Cup. They're one of the few teams to have beaten PSG, especially after that run they had to the final where they're smashing teams like Real Madrid.
So we're in this cycle now where we'll be able to do videos. Maybe we take the next 3 weeks to break down the teams in the Premier League, the transfers that have come in, because there'll be some interesting transfers that come in. Liverpool paid a record signing for one of their transfers. They're pursuing Isak. They are favorites, but I've never seen them more hotly contested. Usually it starts with Man City to be about 1.3 favorites, and then the rest.
Yeah.
Now you see Arsenal, you see Man City, you see Liverpool.
Well, Man City are third favourites, almost 4.
Yeah.
4-1 for Man City to win the Premier League. Kind of feels like it's unheard of in the past couple of years.
Yeah, completely. Completely does. I guess that's because there's so many players coming in and so many players leaving. We'll do a deep dive on every team in the Premier League, including my fellow Leeds fans out there who are just hoping for just to stay up, But it should be an interesting year next year. Who do you think's going to win it?
With my Liverpool glasses or no? I think Liverpool, if they sign Isak, I think there has to be some room for, the passing of Diogo Jota. I think that's a massive emotional, I wouldn't say burden, but that's really going to probably take its toll on the team. But if they sign Isak, I don't really think there's a better front line in the world than what Liverpool would have. And I think the strength they would have been adding with Wirtz to their goals. I think Salah had, I think it was like the most assists per 90 in Europe, and then Wirtz was second. And then you have Salah, who's the Golden Boot winner in the Premier League, and then you're adding the second place Golden Boot winner. I mean, who came second in the Golden Boot race. Like, that's just an injection of 40 to 50 goals that you've done there. I don't see many teams competing with that. So I would say Liverpool should be favourites.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue about that. It's just until you see the teams play, I mean, it should be a very competitive league again. Eh?
Yeah.
How do you see a team like Manchester United changing? I mean, every time I pick up the paper and read about them, I don't read anything good.
Well, Man United, they sell, so people will always write bad stuff about them. I think Cunha is a good signing. I think the moves they're trying to make are positive, but I think their number one goal should just be to stabilize. They've been in a free fall, so try and as close to European places as possible.
Wow.
I think that, without being disrespectful, I think United fans would take Conference League next season. That would be a massive improvement to what they've shown. I don't think they'll be in a title race. I don't think they'll be racing for the top four either.
No.
I think there's too many problems there.
No, I mean it's going to be incredibly difficult for us to look through that, and we'll give you predictions on where we think teams are going to finish. We'll get relegated, the Golden Boot winner, the assist winner. We'll give it to you all. We'll give you the best bets that are out there. So stay tuned, because me and Dylan will start uncovering where we go, starting with 5 teams next week, and we'll create content. And we're so anxious to get the soccer season started, because then it's the NFL, then it's the basketball, then you still got the Springboks versus New Zealand. You've got lots of content coming your way, and we want to thank you for being loyal. Like the button, subscribe to it, and keep that going. Because I've wasted away to nothing. I can't afford anything anymore. Through my betting. Anyway, folks, thanks very much for tuning in.
Thanks.
And stay awake, stay alert for next week when we start analyzing the Premier League and who's going to do what. Thank you.
Cool, thanks.